Good afternoon, Slumpy here, and today we're talking about Chris Rock. Chris Rock has found out at 55 years old that he has a nonverbal learning disorder. He is committed to 2 to 3 weeks of therapy, and he says that he does not respond well to people's emotions and um, he doesn't respond well to people's emotions and he cannot determine body language and emotions. So Chris Rock may be narcissistic because he cannot grasp anything but words. Now he said that when he is in a one-to-one relationship, he does not do good in one-to-one relationships. He said that people will respond to him negatively and he didn't know why. He just thought it was what people thought of him. But he found out that in the end it was him. So he is going to therapy at least a couple of hours a week. He's also learning to swim. And he says that mental illness is real. And he said that he thought that he was dealing with it, but he really wasn't. He wasn't handling it at all. And now he's going to therapy. Mental illness is rampant in America, throughout the United States, even in foreign countries. But I don't really know how foreign people deal with uh, mental illness among their population. But I know in America it is very prevalent. Um, I'm surprised he went so long without getting diagnosed. And I wonder, was his mental illness the reason why his marriage did not work? Because him and his wife did not work out. And he said he does not do well in one-to-one relationships. So I am wondering. So with Chris Rock being like this, I just wonder when he goes into another relationship or whoever he's dealing with, he has to tell them up front, hey, I have a learning disability. And I don't think he takes anything for it. He just has to go to cognitive therapy to learn how to deal in one-to-one relationships. There is so much information out there on mental illness that people are not really um, not really comfortable coming out and saying, hey, I have something wrong with me. Everybody is not perfect. Everybody has something, some type of flaw. So Chris Rock came out to People Magazine, and let them know that, hey, I am suffering. And also, too, if you have any mental illness issues, you can text Chris Rock at 741-741. Text Chris Rock at 741-741. I actually also, too, was looking at France today. France is trying to come up with ideas how to work from home and deal with COVID-19. And they're basically going through the same thing we're going through, where everything is being rearranged because of COVID-19. The schools here are might lose their funding because student enrollment has dropped. So they will lose state funding. So this kind of happened in the 1800s when the schools weren't really operative. So some of the black people took up educating some of the students. So I wonder now how that will work. So yeah, um, mental illness is real. It really is. Sometimes children get diagnosed with learning disabilities early. You know, I know a couple of children that have been diagnosed with learning disabilities, and really, it's just your brain works differently than everybody else's. You may be a methodical learner or a visual learner, and somebody else might be a person that needs to read information and can't be lectured to. It's really different. Everybody has a different learning style. I learned that there's 7 different learning styles. There's visual, there's spatial, it's a couple more I forgot, but that's what's going on with Chris Rock. If you know anybody that is dealing with mental illness, tell them to text 741-741. To text Chris Rock at 741-741. I'm just popping in real quick. What else I want to get into? It's Friday, finally. Friday is here. The weekend is here. I'm pretty much tired of being cooped up in the house, but I am tired of going out with these masks on, like, really. Also, my dad is in and out the hospital. They're testing him for COVID. They don't know. He just turned 69 yesterday. So he's getting up there, and he is has to be careful for COVID-19 because it's really targeting the elderly here and the Hispanic population. So that's that. I was surfing the web, and there was some other news that I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Oh, I watched the other day, I think it was the State of Address with Donald Trump or whatever it was. I think it was the town hall. I watched the town hall, and I got to see Trump being questioned by a black person about police brutality. And I kind of disagree with Trump on the police thing about law and order, because too much law and order increases crime, because criminals get attracted to the government because there's too much law on the books. So I kind of disagree with that law and order thing. But that's what Republicans go by, law and order. They believe in law and order. A lot of things that are happening with the police is this. The police will get you to waive your rights when you have a right to remain silent. They'll get you to talking, and if you don't talk, they will press more charges on you to get you talking. And a lot of Americans are really actually waiving their rights unknowingly, because if you have a right to remain silent, you should just be quiet and wait for a lawyer. But a lot of black people and a lot of Americans don't do that. What they do is they do plea bargains, or they confess, and then, they making the state a lot of money because the state is locking you up after you confess or you do a plea bargain. So a lot of people are waiving their rights without even knowing that all they have to do is just remain silent, let the lawyer do the work, do the jury trials, especially if you have a felony or something like that, do a jury trial. The police have gained so much power because people have given them that power by not remaining silent, waiving your rights, stuff like that. So I do not agree with Donald Trump when he talks about law and order, because law and order, I took a police class when I was in school, and law and order actually attracts criminals to the government. So I don't think that that's going to work out right. Also, another thing that Trump was saying was he think that Joe Biden needs to take a drug test, and he'll take a drug test with him. And I thought that was crazy. But also, Trump was talking about, he was asked the question, um, when was America great by a black voter? And Trump said America was great before COVID-19, because he was saying that black households had substantial income. They had higher income rates, wages under Obama and under Bush or something like that. And he said that jobs were created and everything like that. So that is when America was great. He said you can go back and look at the numbers. So Trump is a numbers man. Also, too, he was saying that things are going to get back to normal as soon as they find a vaccine. Um, what else was I skimming by on the internet? Because I be on the internet and I be lurking and watching and seeing what kind of news I can scoop up. I didn't talk about the wildfires. The wildfires really have ravished a lot of Washington State and other areas in California. And I know that California is actively trying to open an investigation for arson. So they don't know if people are setting the fires. And then the chief of police said that he thinks that it is climate change that's causing wildfires. I don't know. This is just what they're saying. So that's pretty much what I got for right now. Chris Rock has a learning disability. And you would never know what people are dealing with until they come out to the public and tell you exactly what they're dealing with. And I'm kind of glad that he did come out and say what's going on with him, because not a lot of black men will admit that they have learning disabilities. They actually, like, some, like, with my experience with people who do have mental illnesses, they will admit that they have it, but they won't treat themselves. And it could be messing up their job. It could be messing up their relationship with their family, their kids, and they will still continue to not get therapy, not fix the problem, and keep going on. And I am glad to see Chris Rock is actually getting the help, getting cognitive therapy to help himself be better as a comedian. And Chris Rock, one thing he did say is his learning disability helps him be a comedian, but it does not help him in one-to-one relationships. So tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Salombi. Have a great day.